example of how to use it. I gave you an additional example of a student using this tool to write about the Cherokee Indians.
Okay.
So it's a 4th grade student.
Mm-hmm.
She had the graphic organizer, and each section she wrote about each section of the graphic organizer, she filled it in based on her information of the Cherokee Indians.
Okay.
So as you can see, a 4th grader wrote a 9-paragraph essay,
That's
which
awesome.
is great for a 4th grader to include all this information.
Mm-hmm.
So we will go through and read the whole essay, and then kind of identify how she used the tool. So
Okay.
Cherokee. The Cherokee is Native American tribe. It is used in part of the Quan family. The Cherokee call themselves the Talsagi, which came from the meaning cave people. So this is her group.
Mm-hmm.
For the D section, the Cherokee grew maize known as corn, beans, sunflowers, pumpkins, squash, and tobacco. The main foods were corn, beans, and squash. These 3 crops were known as the 3 sisters. So this is the blue dew, so what this tribe does.
Okay.
What do they look like? Sometimes Cherokee would wear clothing made of animal hide, also known as skin. In the 1830s, the Cherokees wore blanket coats, armbands, garrock, trade silver feathers, sash turbans, and trade shirts. They also wore short fringe buckskin fingers, woven sash, powder horns, and shot bags. So this is what they look like. Okay, and the Cherokee who lived in towns built in log houses, but others built houses of grass and mud. The wild grass is used as a roof. Each house had a fireplace of warmth during the winter. So what is it made of? She wrote about where they lived and what their houses were made out of.
Okay.
White ware. The Cherokee had moved because of the white people came and took their land from them. They lived in the mountain region of South Virginia, the western part of North and South Carolina, northern parts of the Georgia, eastern Tennessee, and the northeast Alabama. The Cherokee had territory all the way to the Ohio River. So this is the where they were.
Okay.
And then the P parts. So they wrote about the language, and then they wrote about their religion.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else do they know? They learned, so she just wrote a conclusion for her, what else do they know? While working on my report, I learned that Cherokee people have different than the Chippewa, which this student was. The Cherokee lived in log houses, while the Chippewa lived in wigwams. The Chippewa moved to log houses in the winter. The Cherokee did not move to log houses. And then she ended it with, I hope you enjoy my report.
Wow, that's a lot of information for 4th grade.
4th grade.
Wow.
But they're able to break it down in such different sections that they're
Mhm.
able to write a longer, more thought out piece of writing instead of a very start, finish, start, or the introduction,
Right. The body.
paragraph,
Yeah.
and then conclusion.
Right, which then, well, I don't know, in my experience, doesn't always produce a lot of information,
Right.
right? So this way too, I like because it's specific,
Yes.
and I feel like it gives students maybe more direction
Right.
with what, like, they sometimes maybe feel like they don't know a lot of information.
Right.
Because it's so general,
Mhm.
right? That body paragraph, but this is, and it's specific. I like
Yeah.
it.
All right, so in your upcoming lessons, what are some writing activities that you do in your class?
So, well, right now it's summer school.
Yeah.
But we are doing narratives. We're writing personal narratives about lessons that are being learned.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the students
Like lessons learned in life?
Yes, so something like a mistake that was made and then a lesson learned from that. And then we'll be wrapping that up and then we will be writing informative.
Perfect, so let's do the personal narrative and let's kind of like go through
Yeah,
the
like
graphic
some
organizer and
ideas.
how we would incorporate this graphic
Awesome.
organizer into a personal narrative.
Awesome, okay.
So first, green group, so it would be life lesson. It would be maybe a mistake.
I'm gonna write this down
Perfect.
too. Life lesson, so like the big idea, right, is that
Yeah.
mistake, okay.
Maybe growth, a growth
Yeah.
mindset.
Yeah, so mistake, growth. Or even the group, like the students could think of like the group as, and tell me what you think, but like the group as, you know, like how did it affect them like physically?
Yes,
or
perfect.
was it mentally
Right, like
or
how it did,
spiritually
yeah, mhm.
or, right? Okay. Okay, good.
And then
The D
do.
is the do,
Do.
thank you.
So what did they do? So this is, they're gonna be talking about all about what they did.
Like the mistake
About
that was
mistake,
made,
yes.
okay. All right, talking about mistake. Okay,
And then what does it look like? So then they're gonna use the picture in your mind about the mistake and what
So-
it looked like.
so this is where too, right, maybe they'll add a lot of that sensory detail.
Yes. So
Maybe
it made
even
me
like
feel
figurative language.
this, or my face got red.
Sensory details,
Or-
I like it.
My heart started racing.
Right,
Or I tripped in front of a friend.
language,
And I
good.
hurt my knee.
Okay, I like it, I like it. What's it made of?
So this is just, and they can take this as they need to.
Okay,
So what is it made of? It made of maybe fear,
okay,
maybe embarrassment,
like it.
so
So they can think about it, not like literally like
Yeah.
what the mistake was made of,
Yeah.
but okay, so like
or
fear.
maybe it was a test.
Like a test for growing.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then white, where this was taking place.
okay, the where. Wait, where. Okay,
And then parts, so parts of the mistake. Be like, was this, let's see, for
I know, I'm
parts,
trying to think
different
of that.
parts of it. So the beginning, maybe the beginning, middle, end. So I had a normal day,
okay.
and then,
Say parts of,
or I didn't study enough, and maybe I failed the test. because I
or they
studied,
could
or-
even think back, this didn't tell me your thoughts, but maybe this is something where the parts are more reflective, like what could I do or what was the
Right.
lesson learned?
Right.
What do you think?
mhm. Yes,
Okay.
I like that too.
Parts of reflection maybe, or lesson learned, I like it, what could I have done if I get,
Right.
confronted with this situation again? Okay. All right, I like it, and then the question mark is
Is
what?
what else do I know?
Gotcha.
So what else do I know about mistakes? That mistakes happen all the time.
Okay.
This is not my first mistake. I
Yeah,
made
and
other
this,
ones.
so what else do I know can kind of be more general too,
Mhm.
right? Okay. So really, you can use this, which I really love, you can use this with a lot of writing.
Any type of, the teacher can modify, so like the do and the part and some other things that might not be applicable to the
Yeah,
student, but you
okay.
can kind of like shift their thinking in a way that they're not thinking of it like literal parts or like
Right.
literal actions.
Okay,
Maybe it's like the do, as in like, what did I do upcoming to up
right,
as
right,
this
right.
event took place, or what did I do afterwards, or what did other
Mhm.
people do, or what did, maybe the different parts would be the teacher's point of view,
Okay,
maybe it's my friend's point of view.
okay, good.
So
No,
just
that's awesome,
all
this is really
different
helpful,
kinds
thank you.
of- So, Did you have any other questions?
No, I don't. And I appreciate you sharing
Yeah.
the folder with me because I feel like this is definitely something that will be useful
Right.
for my students this summer and in the school year.
There is an exit slip,
Okay.
so I'll let you
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and fill out the exit slip while I give you some of the additional
Perfect.
examples.
Thank you. Okay. Okay.
All right, perfect.
Awesome.
All right, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. This was super helpful.